I've been Zane's #1 fan for the past 13 years, and even if I did take a little break from Ninjago when the movie came out through Prime Empire, I'm back full time, and I wanted to celebrate 13 years of Ninjago by reviewing every single Zane dragon and minifigure. Zane over the years has had 4 major dragons that have appeared in sets, as well as 2 miniature polybag dragons, which we will also be covering. If you want to get really technical, there was one more legacy polybag, which was a miniature version of Zane's Titan mech that had a dragon alternate build. But because it doesn't resemble any of Zane's dragons, I didn't want to cover it, and I also haven't been able to find it in the wild. So there's that. But one set that I have been able to find in the wild was set 2260 Ice Dragon Attack, and what a way to start off the reviews. This set originally debuted 13 years ago with the first wave of pilot sets in January 2012. It originally retailed for $19.99, but good luck getting it for that price now, because getting the set new on Bricklink will be about $140, and around the same thing on eBay too. I was able to get this set secondhand for $30, which is a pretty reasonable price for this nostalgic set. Even if newer sets have definitely done Ice Dragons better, there's no denying how cool this dragon looks. The nostalgic dragon head had a very unique profile because of the Bionicle Blaster, which I think gave a lot of charm to the original 2011 dragons. And Shard only being only being $20 is a little stubby compared to the other dragons, especially with kind of like slender body and short stubby tail. There's also that problem with the flag falling off, but I feel like the wingspan really makes up for it, and it gives it like an impressive like presence. I don't know if you could tell. My favorite part about this dragon by far though is definitely this transparent crystal piece that runs along the dragon's back. I'm just a sucker for transparent parts usage, and all the dragons use transparent pieces in their own way, and I think it just looks phenomenal. Another cool thing about this dragon is this Zane figure right here. Now this Zane figure is special because it was the second Zane figure to ever come out. I think second or third, depending on when the Kendo armor came out. But this is like a classic with the golden detailing on the back, Zane's name right here, and then who couldn't love Zane's cold stare? Overall, this is a really solid dragon, especially for it being 13 years old. I feel like it still holds up pretty well compared to the other dragons on this list. And if you're wondering why it has a random black claw, when I was washing the pieces, when I bought this set, I accidentally threw the orange claw down the drain, and it probably got eaten up by... This beast of a titanium dragon was released all the way back in 2015 at set 70748 and retailed for $39.99, which was double the price of Zane's previous dragon, and I really think it shows. If you wanted it sealed today, it would easily be over $100. I think I was able to get this set for around $30 to $40 used on offer, I'm pretty sure, which is a really good price, especially in this condition. Like, all the pieces were there in the bag, and the minifigure was complete, no scratches, so I got a pretty good deal. Now this dragon holds a special place in my heart. Not only was it the second ever Ninjago dragon to come with the brick-built head, I think the first one was the Mecha Dragon, but you can definitely tell how much more articulation these guys got over like 4 years since this came out from the original pilots. Like, the tail's way more posable. You got both or all 4 of the limbs on ratchet joints, which is really great for posing. And then my favorite ratchet joint is probably the waist one, because it allows it to turn, and transparent part again. I think it looks super cool. I wanted to use that in my own like Zane mock, but I'm not that good of a builder. The only questionable thing about this dragon, I would say, is probably just the way the wings connect to the body with these exposed studs. Like, they could have added like maybe some extra pieces there, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain that much. I'm just trying to nitpick here. And then I do like how the saddle is made up, how it's like connected to the body and actually makes a saddle along with these bags right here. But you can't really complain much when you get one of the coolest Zane figures ever made. Get the Titanium Ninja Zane. One of my personal favorites, and I hadn't actually had this in my collection until last year when I bought this set, so really happy to have him. And the last cool thing that I noticed about this dragon was that this flag right here, which you can't really see in frame, it has the same symbols as the original Zane dragon flag. They're just kind of reversed. I don't know if you can see. Like, top one is on here, bottom one's up here, which I think is pretty cool. This dragon is definitely a great addition to Zane's dragon lineup, but it would take another 4 years until we got another Zane dragon, which was... Now, Boreal is an interesting dragon. Not only is he way more blue than the other dragons on this list, but he wasn't the main focus of the set he was in. Boreal was included in set number 70678, Castle of the Forsaken Emperor, which came out in 2019 for $99.99 or $100. But if you wanted to buy it today, good luck, because it's over $200 on Bricklink. You can still kind of find it a little cheaper on eBay like I did, but I still ended up paying around like $160 because of shipping. Wasn't my proudest purchasing moment, but at least I have this dragon in my collection now. I really love this dragon's articulation, mostly because of how like lengthy and snake-like it is. Like, with the tail, it's on a ton of mini ball joints, as you can see right here, and it allows for a ton of posability. Could even crunch right here for whatever reason. As well as the head, it's on mini ball joints as well as like a big ball joint connecting the neck, and it can just move super freely. A really cool piece that was included in this set, which I hadn't worked with previously, is this, I think it's like a rubber Technic extender. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's like this piece that clips onto an end of a Technic joint. And it has just like a piece of rubber in there, which makes all the joints super sturdy. Like for the wings, they are not gonna move. Like it does not feel floppy at all. Same thing with, I believe it's somewhere else. Oh yeah, it's on the feet right here. So it just makes this dragon super sturdy and really fun to pose. I also noticed that the brick used for the eyes, which is a really cool print by the way, is actually reused from the 2019 Ultra Dragon. I don't have that set unfortunately, but I noticed it from some set images, so I'll put like a side by side so you guys can see. Which I'm not mad that they reused it. I think it works really well for Boreal, but I just wanted to let you guys know. This set also came with an amazing Zane figure, that being Ice Emperor Zane, and I think this figure is just, like I said before, it's amazing. It's Zane with a little more crystallized, and it matches really well with Boreal. And I really like his weapon because you can kind of see that it's semi-transparent at the tip, which is really cool. But this is one of the more unique Zane figures, which is, I think it was exclusive to this set. It might have also came in a few poly bags, but this is another reason why I really love this set. To me, this dragon is phenomenal, and I think it kind of reminds me of Zane's first dragon, mostly because of the body shape. And I think they're both technically like wyverns, because they're not supposed to be dragons, but Ninjago says they're dragons, so we just gotta believe it. So you can see like they both have the 2 legs and then claws on their wings. But I think this dragon is amazing. And we wouldn't get another actual mainline Zane dragon until another 4 years later with Zane's Ice Dragon creature. This dragon is by far Zane's biggest dragon ever, and the most readily available right now. This is set number 71786 that just came out last January in 2023 for $99.99 or 100 bucks, and is pretty much available wherever Legos are sold. Now this dragon really earns the title of creature. Not only is it one of the bulkiest Ninjago dragons we've gotten, probably like second to maybe Lloyd's legendary dragon, but it also comes with 6 legs, which is kind of unheard of in any dragons before, and it's really cool to see in person and in the show. The texturing on this dragon is just amazing. You could really feel like this is like an ice dragon, obviously, with its spikes on the back, as well as the many different like transparent crystal pieces around the body of the dragon. And don't even get me started on this head mold. I love how much the dual molded head works for this dragon, especially with like you can see the icy crystals kind of exploding out from its head, and just like the wings aren't that, not that they're not cool, but I feel like there could have been more posability. Even though this dragon is one of Zane's most unique dragons, I feel like it comes with a pretty bland minifigure. It's just the core wave suit, and not that I hate this suit by any means, it's one of my favorite Zane suits. I feel like I say that for every Zane suit. Zane's just the perfect ninja. Anyways, I feel like all the other suits that come with dragons are very specific to their dragons and kind of have like meaning, but this is just the core suit. Not that that's bad by any means. It's a good ninja suit to have, and it comes with an amazing dragon, so you can't really complain too much. But with that, that's all I really have to say about this dragon. It's an amazing dragon. If you want to pick it up, you're able to pick it up at a pretty good price. Probably check like offer up in eBay too if you want it a little bit cheaper. But with that, let's get on to the babies. These polybag dragons are super cute. First, we'll start off with Zane's Ice Dragon creature. It's just a really good scaled down version of the set itself. Some good posability with the mini ball joints. Tail's pretty cool. It doesn't move side to side, which is whatever. Then we have the wings right here and a little face, which is not too accurate, but I mean, it's a polybag. What do you expect? And while this feels like a scaled down version of the actual set, this mini titanium dragon feels like it could be like the titanium dragon's like little child. Has really big eyes similar to the eyes on the titanium dragon. Has the wings on the side right here, or I guess the winged blades. And there's no actual wings on this dragon, which I think makes it feel more like a baby because it doesn't feel fully developed yet, while this one just feels like a tiny dragon. I was also going to bring up how like flat this dragon is. Like once you like flatten it out, it's just kind of like a pancake. But the actual titanium dragon can also do that. And you like spread its legs, and it can just lay flat like that. So I think it's a very accurate polybag. But either way, both of these polybags do a great job at showing off what a miniature dragon can look like. So those are all of Zane's dragons from the past 13 years. And I wasn't originally going to rank them because I felt like they all came from really different sets and are different builds. But I was like, you know what? After talking about them, I know where I stand. My ranking would go from bottom to top. It would be the mini ice dragon creature. Then we have the mini titanium dragon. Then it would be Shard, the titanium dragon. Actually, no. I feel like it would be Shard, then the ice dragon creature, titanium dragon, and then Boreal at number 1. And I know putting the OG dragon or Shard that low on the list might not be good for my career in the long term, but I'm just gonna go with it. And the reason I put it so low on the list is I feel like while this is a solid dragon, all these other 3 dragons, they just really build up on like the ice dragon kind of theme in so many different ways, and Boreal's just really fun to pose, so that's why he's at number 1. Sorry. I know he might not look like the coolest, but I like my snake-like dragons. Anyways, thanks for sticking around and listening to me ramble and talk about my favorite ninja and his dragons. And if you want to see more Lego content, hopefully soon, then don't forget to subscribe. I promise it won't all be Zane related. Thank you. Peace.